So it was a struggle kasi
Mhm.
for me. I used to be a really proud person, and Randy knows that. I'm very vocal and very strong. I saw myself as someone who's really strong. And then when I had to deal with mental illness, I lost all confidence. Every confidence that I have, it disappeared.
Hi everyone, this is Marie Ampeloquio for yet another episode of Breaking the Mould. I'm excited for today's episode kasi I am joined for the first time with my co-founder with this company and recently appointed as our Chief Operating Officer. Please welcome Randy Lobiano.
Thank you. So I'm delighted to be part of this Breaking the Mold again. Last time I was interviewed by Marie, and today it's a special day only because we've been trying to mouth this segment or yung situation about mental wellness, no?
Absolutely.
And we are just fortunate and I'm grateful that we have our special guest for today who is a long friend, a former colleague. When I was starting as a young call center agent. Her name is Sly Arinto.
Hello, Sly.
Hello, and thank you so much, Randy. So Randy and I have been friends and colleagues for, I think, several years ago.
Love that.
Back in early 2000, I think.
My
Yeah.
God, this is mind-blowing. Okay,
yeah.
so you've kept in touch, obviously.
Yes, throughout the years.
We've also met thanks to you, and we've always wanted to have Sly as part of a pivotal conversation such as this.
And now we're here.
We're here. So today we're tackling the issues that surround mental wellness, some of the misconceptions around it, both in the workplace and in our society. So can we get down to it, guys?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yes.
All right.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. Question number 1 is, why do you think ang dami nang lumabas na conversations, ang dami nang lumabas na may law around mental wellness? Why is there still a misconception that persists both in the workplace and in our society? What is there still not said or kailangan pang sabihin to make it more succinctly real that it does exist?
I think there's definitely a misconception that mental illness is a character flaw. When you have mental illness, you're perceived like you're weak. We're just not used to asking for help.
Yeah.
I think that's the start of it. And when you say that you have mental illness, parang ano yun, you're weak, you're not stable, you're dangerous. And I thank you for having this conversation kasi this helps people understand. The start of it all is, I think, the mindset, how we're brought up, and it wasn't like this before.
Right.
So it's not readily discussed, and there's a social stigma. So I'm hoping really that with this short conversation that we can change that.
Nagka-goosebumps ako. Only because she used words that aren't commonly said siguro publicly. Dangerous is one word.
Yeah.
Perceived to be flaw is another word that causes goosebumps in a bad way, but a good way that we're talking about it. So you yourself have experienced,
Yes.
right? And I know you as a leader must have also done something differently in your own camp, wherever your feet brought you as far as work is concerned. What are those things that you thought, teka muna, I want to help, let me make a difference?
So it was a struggle kasi for me. I used to be a really proud person, and Randy knows that. I'm very vocal and very strong. I saw myself as someone who's really strong. And then when I had to deal with mental illness, I lost all confidence. Every confidence that I have, it disappeared. So I started to deal with it first with my family because they couldn't accept initially that I have mental illness.
Right.
That I was suffering from depression and anxiety. So again, my mom was telling me, hey, snap out of it. You're strong. Hindi ikaw yan.
Wow.
That's not you.
Yeah.
So it was difficult because I know there's something wrong at that time. And then, fortunately, I met a friend who encouraged me. She's a life coach, and she encouraged me to actually first seek professional help through a psychologist.
Okay.
It helped me recognize
Yes.
that mental illness is real.
Which at that time you weren't
I was in denial.
Acknowledging.
No.
Okay.
The only reason I acknowledged it is there were physical manifestations, fast heart rate, 165, resting heart rate, headache, chest pains. So I had my overall checkup. Everything turned out normal. Sabi ko, okay, there is something wrong that I'm probably not seeing and knowing. And that's when I went to a psychiatrist. And then I had to consult with 3 psychiatrists because I didn't want to believe.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
For me, it's a character flaw.
Yeah.
So the misconceptions that I mentioned earlier, I experienced it with myself.
So when did it became from in denial to being aware? And how did you accept when nalaman mo na, okay, you were diagnosed? Kasi you were trying to defer the fact na I'm having it.
Yeah.
But when the information came and na-open yung mind mo na you need to be aware that you have it, how did you accept?
It was
Great
difficult. So I've been diagnosed with major depressive disorder with anxiety for almost 5 years now. I've only accepted it siguro past 2 years ago.
Okay. Wow.
Just
Okay.
2 years ago. Like what I've mentioned, I kept on looking for another psychiatrist, for a second opinion, for a third opinion, because Sly is strong. You can't have a mental illness. But then the medicine worked. The counseling worked. Sometimes you can talk to your friends, you can talk to your parents, but it's different seeking professional help.
Yeah.
So every time someone asks me about it, I would always defer to seeking a professional help, whether a psychologist, a life coach, a psychiatrist, as long as they talk to someone.
And perfect segue itong question ko from the acceptance, question, Randy, to now that you have come to know it and you are in the workplace and you are doing your share by drinking your medicine and you've consulted your doctor, there's acceptance. What can companies do differently to support your state of mind so that you remain a happy employee and remain productive, not only for the company, for the person that you are at home as well?
Yeah. I guess I was fortunate enough because the few companies that I've been with while I was diagnosed with mental illness, they were very supportive. Although here in the Philippines, kasi, it's not common at that time.
Yeah.
I was just fortunate that people were talking about it because it's a US company. So they were more open. But here in the Philippines, in fact, I had an EAP session open to all my team members. Not one of them took advantage of it.
Oh.
Because to them, they feel like, I don't need it. I don't have problems. I don't have...
Either they want to sweep it under the rug. They don't want to talk about it. Because again, we're going to circle back. We were talking a while back na culturally, sinasabi nila nga ngayon parang the Gen Zs are too fragile. It's a different talk, but it can be associated with the mental part kasi only because we were talking at our parents are built different too.
Yes.
Diba?
No.
Each generation is different.
Each generation are built on a different scheme.
Correct. Different paradigm. We should acknowledge.
Experience and responsibilities in life. So,
exactly.
And it always circles back to either your health and your mental health too. Lahat yun.
Lahat yun.
So start sa your own self. So
I feel na the time that I acknowledge that I suffer from mental illness, and that's the time that I was able to manage it. I was able to openly tell my manager, my bosses at that time, who fortunately was so supportive as well. The people that I talk to right now, they tell me na it takes great courage. Kasi for someone, if you're a leader, parang it's difficult for you to accept that you have a mental illness.
Yeah, you're part of the demographics.
Exactly. Right. You just have to accept it so that you can help yourself. That's what I have been doing.
It makes perfect sense. Pero alam mo, there are 2 parts to this that I wanted to kind of go into. One is that I know of people who still today, kaya meron siyang societal misconceptions, but then even in the workplace, is because nga people are built differently during different times. So I think we should acknowledge na hindi naman tayo galit sa kanila, o yata sila sinisisi, pero
no judgment here.
No judgment here, pero ma-open din nila yung eyes nila. Diba? Na hindi siya yung malakas ka, kaya mo yan.
Hindi ikaw to.
Hindi ikaw to. You're not built this way. It's not about their parenting.
As a son, that understood my parents' paradigm before.
Mm.
For our parents to understand us as well. Ako, lumaki ako sa, hindi ako pwedeng sumagot.
Mhm.
Pag sumagot
That's
ka,
our generation.
diba? Pag sumagot ka, may hanger ka, may
Yes.
sinturon ka, mamili ka. Kung
I'm
ano
sure ang
pwede,
daming mag-resonate sa
Yes.
sinabi
kung
mo
ano pwede
ngayon.
ibato sa'yo.
Chinelas.
Chinelas,
Diba?
oo.
So, doon tayo lumaki. Pero ngayon, as a parent,
Mm.
we can still be firm, but with proper affirmation na
Ganda.
Yes.
Ganda.
bakit hindi mo kita kailangan paluin.
Right.
Or kung papaluin kita, I'll explain, ba't kita pinalo? Dati
Right.
kasi hindi eh. Basta
Right.
bawal, may palo ka.
Mhm.
And
Right.
you didn't understand bakit.
Right.
Kaya siguro yung may mga nagsasuffer sa trauma
Mm.
with mental weakness, I may say,
Mm.
lalo silang takot
Right.
dahil lumaki sila sa takot.
Mhm.
Right.
And then ngayon nga na we're trying to open up and be informative na sobrang cliche, pero it's okay not to be okay.
Yes. I love that. I love that.
Absolutely. Thank
It
you
should
for
be
saying that.
okay.
Thank you for saying that.
So, yun
Yeah.
ang pinaka.
Pero jumping from your point, gusto ko rin masabi na kailangan lang nilang additional layer of information.
Exactly.
Or, I mean, there must be something we can do differently also. Kasi it's not also helping that they are parang treating themselves as the issue.
Yes.
Yung parenting
Which is
style.
exactly.
So, yeah, I think,
Mm-mm.
Which is not.
oo, di
I
ba?
think parang ano rin yun eh. They think of it as a failure on their part.
Which is
Which
not.
is not.
Now, which is not.
Yeah.
Which is not.
Which is not.
Different
right.
components, different trauma. So,
Yes.
it's not their fault. Kaya
Yes.
siguro nandun yung denial stage. It's hard for them to support. Because I felt that
Yes.
with my mom.
Oo.
So, she said, na yun nga, snap
Oh.
out of it. Kaya mo yan. You're
Right.
strong. Hindi ka ganyan.
Right.
My point is, even if I have mental illness, I think I don't want to believe that it defines me.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
It's not something na, si Sly na may mental illness.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Because we don't say, si Sly na may heart problem. We don't say that.
Absolutely.
So-
Beautiful. So I got goosebumps there.
Yeah.
Tama. Dapat hindi natin gawin yon. Pero just to go back on how to steal steps along the way, should there be like a training program? What are your thoughts around this?
Yes.
Let's
and
keep on
yes.
trying kasi.
Is it
diba?
training? Is it?
Or you're trying to push something to the Philippines or to the corporate arena
I think it
about
should
the
become a norm.
A part. It should become a part of
Should become a
like
norm.
how we
Yeah.
operate.
Yeah.
Regardless whether you're a small business, a medium-sized business, or a big business, it has to be part of it. Because, alam mo yung social media,
Yes.
Exactly.
sobra yung pressure that it
Yes.
causes a lot of pressure to a lot of people. So, feeling ko dapat talaga, and I agree with you.
Should
dapat,
become a norm. Kasi
How
ang
do you make it a norm is the question.
we keep just marching.
No, yan. Yan na.
Kasi, for example, this is another topic.
Hmm.
Yung LGBT. Now I think they are the majority. Kasi
And
everything,
acknowledged, ha?
Yeah,
Oo,
I mean,
acknowledged
yeah,
nila.
yun nga, na
Yung community nila.
na it's a norm now.
Mhm.
Yes.
Dahil tanggap na sila.
Right.
Na para baguhin mo yung CR,
Sa mga
Picture
companies.
ng CR.
Yes. There's acknowledgement.
Yes.
there's an acknowledgement.
Oo.
And
Right.
I don't see na merong pagkakaiba about mental illness.
Exacto. And they must have fought a good fight nung nangyayari yung emergence of. Which is, kasi this is fairly new. Even our law is fairly new. Diba? So
I'd
how far
like
are you
to-
willing? Yan, sige, go,
I'd
go.
like to compare it with, yung mga ramps for
Mm.
PWDs.
Yes.
Exactly.
Because again, it's an illness. So, yung ramp, bakit tayo nagmamandate na
Exacto.
may ramp?
Yes.
To be
Accommodate,
able to
yeah.
accommodate
Yeah, to
people with
accommodate.
That's a great
disabilities.
example. Yeah.
So, ganun din sa mental, it's more dangerous pa nga for people with mental illness because you don't see it.
Yes.
So, mas lalo siguro na mas preemptive
Yeah.
yung approach
Absolutely.
rather than when it's
Yeah.
already happening.
Yeah, we
Absolutely.
cannot eradicate it, but at least we can limit
Yes.
Mm.
or yun nga, prevent.
Mm.
Kasi you'll never saw it sa ang ng trigger niyan.
Exactly. So, nandun pa rin ako as an HR professional,
Yeah.
I want to be able to ask our peers in the industry na ano pa kaya ang pwedeng
Pwede.
steps. Kasi ang importante sa akin, alam mo, that you're so responsible in the way you discuss your mental challenge to the point that alam mo na you come to work always prepared, alam mo productive ka because your end of the bargain is met, which is you drink your medicine, you go for your
Yeah.
consultations. Pero paano kami sa company, how to prepare ourselves? Yun naman compliance sa law, checklist lang ba yan? Dapat hindi, di ba? Or yung, tama na ba yun? Enough na ba yung training program? It's not enough, di ba? Sabi nga ni Randy lagi, for us to embrace it, dapat siya maging norm at lifestyle.
Yes.
Diba?
Yes,
Should be
I
a
also agree.
lifestyle na we're trying to do it on a fifth part of running a business. No, it's not about just people. It's not about just finance. It's not just about compliance and operations.
Absolutely.
Number one that glues that four
Exactly. Yep.
is the well-being.
Yes.
Diba? Every leader who is weak in health and in mentally weak is not a productive leader. I think in an essence, kung may hierarchy, it shouldn't be on the fifth one. It should be on the first scorecard.
Oo. And it should not be part of people.
It's not
Dapat
be
tanggalin
part
mo
of
siya
HR.
doon. Because it's
Yes.
not given enough light.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, nagiging
Even.
ano lang siya, employee engagement. It's not an
It's
engagement.
Oh my God. Oo.
Yes.
It's the superior for you to be a productive one, a feeding of the mind and soul and body. If those three are weak, how can you lead
Right.
or
right.
share from an empty cup?
Right.
So, dun feeling ko yung
I love it.
ni
Yes.
Sly.
Yeah, it really should be a major component
Yep.
of
Yeah.
how you operate.
Base foundation.
Yes.
Base
exactly.
foundation siya talaga. If you were to ask, if you have a wish list of things you wanted to see differently, siguro one or two things na major na hindi pa ginagawa o ginagawa but needs to be done more. What are one, two, or three of those things na you want to see more?
Because from experience, yung talks and yung mga help is only provided again when it's already happening.
Exactly.
But if you're preempting it or
Ganda.
just opening a discussion,
Hmm.
regardless whether the person is already suffering or just wanting to talk to someone, initially kasi, especially here in the Philippines, because of the stigma, we're not even gonna acknowledge that we're
Yeah.
suffering.
Mm.
But if you make it a normal conversation, like a once a week, okay, we'll have this activity, it's embedded in the system, in the company,
Right.
in the operation, you make it normal. So it's easier for someone who would be suffering eventually, hopefully not,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
seek help and
Exactly.
to talk about the problem. That's what I think is lacking in
Correct.
how we
To
operate.
normalize the
Normalize it,
discussion.
yes.
I think part din ng stigma as a, I don't know, on a company or corporate or a businessman na hindi siya tinitake as a scope of work. It should be part of the scope of work to strengthen yourself.
Yes.
Diba?
That's a great point.
There are some companies
Yeah.
na merong gym sa loob ng
Oh
office.
my God, this is
Yes.
like a new
But
topic. It's in
but that's
itself.
And
That's just a facade of your body.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's not even the brain
That
that
is
operates
something
your...
na measurable.
Measure.
Biometrics.
Right.
Paano yung in between, the functional type
yes. That you
Right.
don't see.
that you
That
don't
you don't
see?
see.
My
Yun ang
God.
Which is yun ang mas mahirap i-measure.
Right.
Pero that is something describable.
Right.
You would see on that person, nakayuko, you would see on the eyes, kahit na malalaki yung muscle niya.
Oh, that's a great
Yes.
point. Oh,
Yeah.
Kasi mahilig yung
So-
society natin na mag-label eh. But you don't know the internal workings of the
Yes.
human brain. So, alam mo, we will have an expert later on join us. So, she will shed light on those particular things. But, Sly, having heard all this, you're not naman losing hope that Philippine society, sabi mo nga, the few companies that you worked with, thankfully, are amazing organizations. Pero ikaw mismo, you told us earlier that you openly talked about it. And
Yes.
that yun palang, I think, is a big, bold move to put yourself out there here in your own social media. So, what do you talk about in your social media?
My experience, what I'm
Okay.
feeling
Okay.
when I couldn't function, because there are times na hindi talaga ako makafunction. And the importance of being able to seek professional help, being able
Okay.
to talk to your friends, being able to have your people
Okay.
around you. And most importantly, you've mentioned it earlier, it's okay not to be okay. I don't think it's a flaw. In fact, I think it's a strength right now.
It's an
Can we just say
accepting
For,
that?
for,
It
for
is.
you to accept
It
that
is a
you have,
a flaw.
you're dealing with a mental illness or
Ganda.
any illness for that matter,
Yeah.
and you're trying to manage it, I think it's a strength. It's hard
I
to
love that you
accept.
said that.
It's hard to accept, but I feel like being open about what you're going through. In fact, because of my posts in
Enlightening.
social media, I was approached. I
Yeah.
received messages like,
Wow.
hey, Sly, which psychiatrist or psychologist or life coach can I talk to?
Wow.
Because they acknowledge the importance of seeking.
Yeah. Nagiging progressive.
Ano na
bigla
siya?
yun.
Exactly. Naging conduit siya
Yes.
to,
Yeah.
like,
Kasi parang-
for people to open up.
Yeah.
They're
No?
probably thinking na kung si Sly nga,
Exactly.
nag-seek ng
you
help.
have this presence
Oo.
yung gravitas niya
Okay.
in our industry,
Yeah.
Right.
in our
Yeah,
world.
Absolutely.
When you say Sly, she's
Absolutely.
there. So,
Absolutely.
accepting the fact
I
and
love
Yeah.
that.
being open,
That's her strength. I
it's a
mean,
strength.
It's
is.
hard. It's hard.
Tsaka
Kasi
hindi ka
yung-
on the onset, sabi mo sa amin, then you, in the 5 years, you
yeah.
come to accept it only 2 years ago.
2 years ago,
part
just
of-
2 years
That's
ago.
amazing.
Yeah.
Part of choosing your heart. It's hard to keep it, but it's harder to open.
Yeah.
So you choose your heart.
The braver heart pa nga
The
yun.
braver heart, I guess.
is what you
So,
chose.
And I love that we're really talking about this.
Mhm.
I think this is one way
Yes.
for us to educate
Yes.
other people. Na
Yes.
it's okay.
Yes.
Not to be okay, it's okay to seek help.
yeah.
Yes. Can we make granular comment, and you did mention some of it at the beginning, like if I were a person who does not yet know how to deal with individuals who are in this particular challenging state, what do I see in them that allows me
What would be
to-
the signs?
That could be the signs. Can we talk
Even
about
if
those?
you don't see the sign.
It's kind
I
of
don't know.
difficult
Yeah.
kasi ako during that time, no one would even think that I was
Yeah.
already suffering.
Yeah.
Because I was functioning.
Yeah.
It was only when I was alone
Mm.
that I saw some of the manifestations
Mm.
or symptoms
Mm.
until I couldn't function anymore.
Mm.
So it was a little late na when I asked for help. But I'm glad that I did ask for help. Pero yun, whenever I'm asked, how do you know, Sly, when someone, since you suffer, how do you know? How do you catch the symptoms? I would tell them I can't.
Mm.
Kasi I'm not trained.
Mm.
I'm not trained to do it. And I don't want to pretend that I know. Because
No, that's amazing point.
manifestations are different kasi.
Amazing
Symptoms.
point. Amazing
So-
point. And then if they did watch from the beginning, you mentioned about your state, which is your
Yeah,
own
yeah,
set
it's
of
my-
symptoms.
yes.
And I agree, no? Parang it could be different for different people.
Cannot.
Yes.
Yeah, cannot.
So-
Generalize it,
Yeah.
diba? Parang,
So it's important that we trust the professionals.
absolutely, absolutely. Wow. Alam mo, yung first palang minute that she opened her mouth,
Yeah.
nagka-goosebumps na ako. Because I think you said the right thing. Some people are parang tiptoeing around how words to describe. But kasi ikaw, you're,
Can be
You-
authentic.
oh, exactly, super
rawness.
authentic talaga.
It is what it
sobra.
is.
It is what it is.
Rawness nung
Right.
sagot niya eh. So,
Right. So later on, we'll have somebody join us. But in ending, any takeaways before I shed light on parting words of Sly about the situation?
Well, yun nga, ulit-ulit tayo. It should be accepted.
Mm-hmm.
It should be mental wellness, illness, whatever you call it,
Mm-hmm.
on a well-being paradigm. It should be accepted. It should be a norm
Mm-hmm.
that in a business standpoint and in real life too.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi it goes along eh. Kung ano yung kaya mong gawin sa bahay, ginagawa mo rin naman sa office eh. Kasi it was a created habit and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
So, the only way to deal in an individual with such talent, especially for the leaders, malalim pag-usapan mo yung retention yan, longevity niya, loyalty. But bago natin pag-usapan yun,
Tama, tama.
as a company, are we accepting those flaws, which is not?
Bang on.
Diba?
Bang
So,
on.
I guess yun lang as we're trying to be a transformative leaders or
Absolutely.
company, you may say. No, it should start from within us, with our own talent, or maybe with our own friend. Like me and Sly.
Absolutely. Oo nga.
No? Bakit pa tayo lalayo? And just march forward to that.
Absolutely. And to you, I couldn't thank you enough. This is years in the making, by the way.
Yes.
As you know, it is years in the making.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, hindi pa umuwi si Mr. Lobiano from LA. You wouldn't
He
but
wouldn't
I'm
there.
so happy that you're here, and I hope we can invite you to more conversations, because I think kahit na isang kaluluwa lang
Yes.
that we change, whether it's a person from HR, a leader, a CEO, CFO that wanted to put more budget about these conversations, or even somebody who recognized that, teka, those are the same symptoms, let me look at having myself checked. We've done our share in this particular episode.
It
Diba?
will always start from small steps that will play a big impact.
Exactly.
It's always like that.
Exactly. So, 2 sets of parting words, if you don't mind. One, for the organizations. It's a plea to normalize this conversation. Kasi marami pa rin tayong traditional companies
Yes.
dito sa bansa natin.
Yeah.
The second one is for the employees. Kasi we term them employees, but in my head, they are human beings.
Yes.
So they are human beings, they are a part of a family, a unit that happens to be part of
Part
an
of the-
organization. What do you think is the appropriate message to end them with for today's episode?
For me, siguro, if companies hire people who have some issues physically, they don't care about it, they shouldn't also discriminate people with mental illness.
Yep.
And they should also provide an avenue for their employees where they can freely be authentic and accept and acknowledge that they're suffering. Because sometimes it's not all year round.
Right.
So the company should be ready to support, ready to be there for their employees. We always say, people are the most valuable asset of a company.
Correct.
Now, if we really feel that, we need to provide them the proper support. For individuals, for employees,
Yes.
I think it's your right to
Wow.
demand
Yeah.
that a support is given to you. Support is provided to you. Because if you're a family, if you treat your workplace as a family, they should be there, right? To provide you whatever you need. And find a company who provides you a safe space. And that company would be able to provide you the support that you need, whether physically or mentally.
Goosebumps
Agree.
all over. All over. So, waiting for you to come here many years later after first time, it's so
It's
worth
worth
it. Super worth it. You guys both said things that aren't normally said or mentioned publicly. We were a bit more bold enough to mention some of those. I couldn't be happier about this particular episode. So, I am going to promise our audience that we will talk more about this, not only because we have our own registered psychologist in the person of Trish de Guzman, but also I think you have a lot of message to still uncover and discuss. You've provided a deeper essence today, and we wanted to kind of call it, ito na, lumabas na eh.
And just scratch the
We can
surface.
scratch the surface today. Di
We
ba?
will have the growing deep
Conversation.
conversation. So.
I
Correct.
think I have a lot of questions for Trish.
Correct. So later, we will have that too in our next episode. So for today, we'll end this particular segment of our conversation on Breaking the Mold. So this is Marie Ampeloquio with Randy Lobiano and our guest, Sly, signing off from Radix HR. Thank you.